Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Ooh. So, I've seen some crazy pictures of you with these huge boys. Are you not scared to do that wrestling thing? You're not scared?
No, ma'am, not really. Once I get out there and I see who I'm wrestling, you just have to. Really, the thing is, when you have a bigger kid than you have to watch when on the sidelines when they're waiting for your match. Watch every move that they do. If they're talking to other kids, you know that they think they know what they're doing. They try to show off. So you have to know where to go, what to do. You have to know what, and you always have to watch them. Watch their matches
Mm-hmm.
before yours.
Do
So
you
if they're
so you find out who you're going to wrestle before any of the matches start?
no ma'am. Like they give you a number, or like at my last match they just called your name out. They call your name over the intercom and the other kid's name, and you two go down there and shake hands. Most of the time, you shake hands before the match. I always try to, just to kind of tell them, it's just a match. Don't let don't let anything get in between us. It's just a match. I always tell my opponent, keep everything on the mat, and we could be the best of friends off the mat, but wrestle like you would anybody else. Don't take it easy on me.
Right.
That's the one thing that I absolutely hate is when people try to take it easy on me. But you always have to watch the kids' matches before you. So let's just say I was wrestling Luke. I had to watch Luke's matches before mine to see what he does so that I know his weaknesses and his strengths. It's just,
A lot of strategy.
yes, ma'am.
So, how is school going now that you have all this physical activity to make you so tired? Are you still keeping up with your schoolwork?
My schoolwork's getting a lot better, actually.
Oh, good.
I have a lot better grades.
That's good. Good for you. That's exciting. So you looking
Yeah.
forward to the holidays coming up?
Um, sort of.
Sort
Kind of.
of. What do you mean, sort of?
Well, I leave tomorrow for a 3-day field trip for my school.
Where are you going?
Um, it's like I'm sure you guys have it in California. It's 4-H camp.
Mm-hmm.
It's um, yeah, it's a 4-H camp. It's called Rock. It's in Rock Eagle, Georgia. Um, and it's about what, Mom? 2 hours away.
It's about an hour.
It's about an hour away. And so we'll get on a bus tomorrow morning and drive there and stay there overnight. We have herpetology class, lake ecology class. We have Native American ancestry class. We have
Native American tools.
Native American tools and pioneer tools. And then we go canoeing, and we take hikes, and so
Is it going to be kind of cold there or not too bad?
freezing cold. Um, yeah, so every morning in Georgia is about around 30s, 40s. And since it's north of us.
Uh-huh.
South.
It's south of us, but it's still going to be really, really cold.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to Nana and Pop Pop? Because you know Nana and Pop Pop are going to be watching this, and I'm sure they're going to be very happy to see you on this episode. So what would you like to say to them?
I like to say to them, thank you for everything they've always done for me. I remember at the beginning of junior high, I remember the very beginning of school and everything, they were always telling me how great it would be. They're always on my side with everything. Even if they don't agree with me, they always are on my side, and that's what I love about them.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
Yes.
Well, listen, you have a great weekend. Is there anything else you want to say to anybody that's watching?
Oh, yes, I would. Remember how I had a best friend named Gavin?
Yes.
Okay, he talks about you 24/7.
Me?
Yes, about you. And I have another friend, Essence, and I showed her a couple videos, and she was talking about you and Mama, and and Gavin really is always talking about how cool my Aunt Debbie is.
Hi, Gavin. I'm so glad you watch and you think I'm cool because you're probably the only teenage boy in this whole country that thinks I'm cool.
Thank you, Aunt Debbie.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Okay, so let's get this straight. He's not a teenage boy. He's a young 11-year-old who doesn't know much more than Skylin. So
Well, it's still
he
cool.
says I'm cool. He says I'm a cool mom. So he knows something. The kids came up to me at the football game on Friday, and I'm like, Gavin, I haven't seen you forever. Where have you been? I could sit and talk to that kid all day long. Hi, Gavin.
Hi, Gavin. Maybe one day when I'm out there, maybe our paths will cross.
Yes, we have to get together with Gavin. So
it's been, I don't know how many weeks it's been, maybe even a month.
Wait a minute. I know. October 14th was the last time we podcast. And so.
Like a month.
Yes.
Are you having problems with your jaw? Are you going to have to curb your words today?
Okay, so everybody, last week, a week ago yesterday, we had our last we had our last football game of the regular season. So I was screaming my brains out. Then Saturday was Skylin's first tournament, so I was screaming my brains out for the 30 seconds it took, right?
Did you decide that that's what it was?
I don't know, Debbie, and I've taken some ibuprofen. Now it's been over a week now, and my jaw is it's not on both sides. You think I got a tumor?
No.
It's really sore.
You probably have a cyst.
Debbie and I are the cystiest sisters.
We're cyst sisters.
Debbie has cysts all up and down her spine. I've got a cyst on my spine.
I had a huge cyst in my neck that I had to have removed. I had a cyst on my finger I had to get taken out. That actually was a tumor, but yeah, same thing.
It's not a tumor. So if you see me do this, I'm massaging.
You're not contemplating the world and all of its problems?
I don't do that often.
You'd be a very depressed person if you did that.
I tell you what,
it's been a rough week for a lot of people. I still see images. We still have fires here in California that are barely not even contained. There's one in Malibu that's just burning and burning and burning, and it's horrible to see. The smoke is actually coming to San Diego. Last night, James and I were driving back from Luke's game, and we came over the hill and over the ocean, because we're having a Santa Ana blowing in from the east.
Right.
And it brings all the dust, and it also has all the smoke from the fire. The whole skyline above the ocean was just orange. It was crazy.
And this is the first week I noticed at the beginning of the week. Hold on, I'm going to turn my phone down. Of the have your Christmas grants wishes.
Wishes granted, yes.
Wishes granted. And then we all woke up later on this week about Hooker's Corner, Kathy's devastating fire.
Yeah.
I know I've heard. And it just, then I just didn't even, I mean, I had already sent out 10 or 15 patterns for my Ravelry store. I put a little post out, but it just is, I don't know. It's hard to ask for Christmas wishes when one of us are very, very close in the knitting community. Yeah. Such incredibly hard times, and I know we all need to move on, and we need to be strong for her. And she has a GoFundMe page, and it was really kind of funny because I thought to myself, because I'd ordered from her before, she had sent me a coupon because she had a contest on naming one of her colorways, and she chose my name.
Oh, that's her. I didn't realize. Yes. I hadn't connected that was her. Yeah. Okay.
So, and I remember her yarn getting here quickly, but then when I went over to the GoFundMe page, and I thought, why is it in euros? Was it euros or pounds? I can't remember. It was
pounds.
It did not have a dollar sign.
No, maybe that is a euro. It wasn't a pound symbol either. It was like the E. So that must be the euro. Okay.
Myself, no, wait a minute. She's not from across the pond. Well, apparently somebody just took it upon themselves and they said, you know what? I know she would never put up a GoFundMe page for herself, so I'm going to put it up for her. So don't be alarmed if you go over there. It's GoFundMe.com help-Hooker's Corner. That it's in euros, but you can do a translation easily. So please keep her in your prayers. Kathy, we are also, it's even me, it's just speechless.
Yeah, James was telling me this morning he was watching some more on the news. They keep, I think when it's more local, they keep it in the news more often because they have resources that have to go up there, and it's just, it's right here. It's a few hours away up in Malibu. And they were talking about the Paradise Fire, and they showed cars that had literally just barely pulled off the road, and people got out of their cars and ran for their lives because the cars were all burned down. I mean, there have been a couple dozen people that have died in that fire because it happened so fast. And I think even Kathy said they had to leave their truck. I'm not sure whether they were able to drive out and just had to leave their truck behind, or whether they drove part of the way and then had to get out of the vehicle and had to run. I mean, it's just people sheltered in place in a large parking lot with the fire all around them because they couldn't get out. I can't imagine the horror. It gives me goosebumps thinking about it. We actually evacuated from a fire that was right here in Santa. I mean, it came up the canyons. Do you remember when we had to drive out and head up to Nana, Mom and Dad's? It was 2003, I think it was. It was right after we moved into Santa. And James and Luke were babies. They were tiny. And I remember driving out one of the main roads to get to the freeway, and we looked back over our shoulder and there was fire on the hillside. It was scary. And that was just like one little piece. You know what I mean? I can't imagine being in the situation that she was in. So it's crazy.
Well, in Twin Oaks, California, that shooting,
I know.
Shooting.
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
Twin Oaks. Wasn't Twin Oaks that Twin Peaks? Wait a minute, that was a show. There's horrible things happening all over.
I know.
California.
Yeah.
Good thing we've got knitting to keep us from jumping off a bridge.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about first today?
So let's talk about, hold on a minute. Where did I put it?
Did you?
The woven scarf that Kim made that we're going to give away with
peeping. Oh, I have mine right here.
Hold on, let me see if I can, talk.
Oh, Amy texted me this morning and said, I'm going to pick the winner for the scarf. I said, okay, you do it. And it's the colorway it's like an autumn colorway that has green and tan and red and gold. It's beautiful.
It's Hypnotic Yarns Leaf Peeping colorway.
Leaf Peeping, that's right. Isn't that, that's so beautiful. It is so appropriate for the holiday.
It is. And guess what? Guess who won?
Who?
I mean, I don't think you know her.
Lisa Lawton.
Lisa Lawton.
Congratulations, Lisa. You need to send Amy a Ravelry message.
Or if you're on Instagram, I'm Inked Indigo. On Ravelry, I'm Indigo Amy, all one word. So I can send you out this. I wore my scarf Friday night. It was so warm and cozy.
I can't wait to wear mine. We've had 80-degree weather here, so I haven't been wearing scarves, but I'm looking forward to the cold weather eventually.
But I did want to say before we go off the scarf, Kim, not your average knits. She weaves these. So if you get in touch with her, she also has a cool podcast. If you get in touch with her and you can even ask her to weave one up or send her the yarn that you want one woven, she will do it for you. You believe that? How sweet is that?
They're beautiful.
Thank you so much for gifting us our scarves and this one to give away.
Yes. That's hours of work, and we so appreciate it.
I know.
We're so lucky.
Hours. Okay. I'm trying to rest my jaw.
Okay. Do you need me to be the filler and the leader of the podcast today?
Yes, because last week you yelled at me for talking too much.
I did not yell at you. Don't tell lies.
Well, you kind of did. What are we going to talk about?
Let's do finished objects. Do you have any finished objects?
I do, and I'm crossing my fingers that the girls that are connected to, not really. My boys don't watch the podcast because I'm going to show their Christmas gifts.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think the likelihood is that they watch?
That very low.
And 15 minutes in, probably even lower.
Probably not. They're probably like, these girls are boring. We're changing this.
Okay. So I think I'll show my first finished object for, I don't remember what order they were in.
Okay.
I finished my Halloween socks.
Oh, the ones you dyed when we were at Dag's for the New Mexico knitting retreat.
Yes.
Knitting New Mexico. I love those orange heels, Debbie. Perfect.
So those are done. I may have even worn them once. They look a little floppy.
You have.
But they're, oh, that's right. I posted a picture.
At the baseball game or?
No, maybe? I think it was on Halloween night. I wore them when I was waiting for all the trick-or-treaters. Yeah. So that's one. This month was all about accessories and gift knitting and socks. So I put my sweater aside. I will show it, but I have one sleeve done and the other sleeve, the stitches need to be picked up. So that's on hold until I get through some of this fun gift knitting, but I've been knitting socks. What's that? Say that again.
Tell them what sweater it is that you were talking about.
I was talking about the sweater we started at the Knitting New Mexico retreat that I knit with Dag's Sugarloaf yarn that she dyed for me, the hot pink. And the name of the sweater is, I don't remember, but Amy will tell you.
Amory.
Amory, right.
By Isabel Kramer.
Yes, when we got to meet that famous, fabulous designer, Isabel. Do you have a finished object you'd like to share?
So I texted Levi a week ago on a Friday afternoon. I said, do you think Maggie, now Maggie is just a friend that happens to be a girl.
Right.
You get the part? Okay. Because Levi doesn't have enough money in his pocket to have a girlfriend. So he just calls her a friend that happens to be a girl.
That means he doesn't have to spend any money on her, right?
Do I not have a smart kid?
He is very smart.
So I asked if Maggie might like a pair of fingerless mitts for Christmas. He came back quickly and says, do not be knitting anything for Maggie.
Well.
I said, okay, good luck tonight. So I didn't hear anything back until Sunday. Well, I saw him, I think actually they lose that game. I can't remember.
That was the last game, I think, the last regular season game.
Okay, so Sunday comes along and he says, I'm sorry, I was in game mode. My head was in football. I think she would love for you to knit her something. So I jumped up and got all my little scraps of everything, and I made a pair of marled fingerless mitts.
Oh, Amy, those are so cute. So you held 2 strands of fingering weight together?
On a US size 2 needles, because that's what I use for socks.
Amy.
And they're very dense, shall I say?
Well, they'll be nice and warm.
They're going to be warm.
Ooh, they're so pretty.
Aren't they, though?
How did you deal with all your ends? You just had to weave in all your ends?
I did what you did.
Nice.
So, what is that called, Debbie? I don't know.
It's kind of like carrying your floats as you go. When you carry 2 strands, when you're doing color work, you capture the float as you go if you have a long segment, but you just do that every 3 stitches, and you hold the yarn you're going to start the next row with as you go. And as a matter of fact, I will show my scrappy socks, which is my EYF little minis that I bought when we were at EYF. I finished these, and you can see on the inside how, oh wait, that's not a good side. Here's a good side. See how I carried like floats?
Did you carry them all the way around one whole thing?
Almost. You can see right here there's a little bit of a gap where it was almost all the way around.
I carried mine like halfway.
Yeah, I think I did half. I carried it half, and then I would pick it up and do it. And when I picked up the second color, I would carry the first color before I snipped it off.
So that was really fun to get those finished. I just wove in the ends of the second mitt. So the girls are going to be coming the Sunday after Thanksgiving. We're going to have brunch. We're going to make quiche and monkey bread and maybe trim the tree if it's not already up by then. So, so the other that is an actual girlfriend, she has that title behind her name.
Yes.
Sweet Brooke.
Brooke. That's right.
Brooke.
I remembered. That's okay. Jared's girlfriend.
Yes. So I ordered some yarn, and I know many, and I'm not going to get on a soapbox because I could, but I choose not to. I choose to be kind. I got it. I got yarn. I waited 20 days for it, and $58 later, and I got it. I went, what? Wah, 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 is not what the picture showed from a very reputable dyer. And so I had the opportunity because, and sadly, a lot of people don't. I just got out my dyes and I re-dyed it.
Good for you.
What I came up with.
You made lemonade out of lemons, right? That's what they say.
I made tea out of lemonade that had no sugar.
Okay. You made an Arnold Palmer.
Yes. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay. So that is, and I got 2 skeins, and I only actually used 1 skein. Remember the laterally hat that I made for one of my friends for the game?
Yes.
And then I made a headband for Sky that only had 2 repeats instead of 3. Well, Brooke is a very tiny little petite chickie. So I just did 2 repeats, and here's her laterally hat.
It's so pretty. Amy, that purple matches.
This is lamb strings wool. This is one of a kind called Berries. And I did a tubular bind off.
Nice.
So I'm going to give her the opportunity, because she wears a lot of gray. I'm going to give her the opportunity to choose her pom-pom. So here's the choices. We have this one. And this is from Jess Gas Cafe.
Yes.
Her big pom-poms, love them. Okay, so this one's got purple and bluish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she'll like that one. That's not my first choice. And we got this one, which would look fabulous.
Ooh, I love that one. Oh my gosh, it's so fuzzy. Cool. Do you have one like that with the purple in it?
Yeah, this one is purple and pink. I mean, it does have a purple
blend. No, white with the purple edges.
No.
Oh.
And then I have this one that's white and has like grayish brown.
Oh, I think
that might be it.
That might be the one I would pick.
And then I have another one that actually was gifted to me by Cheryl Hypnotic Yarn. And this is kind of gray, but with a little bit more black tips.
Yes, that's pretty too.
So I'm going to let her decide. And I think it has come out really pretty, just doing 2 repeats. Now the actual pattern has 3 repeats, and you do this part flat and then you graft it together. And then you pick up stitches for the decrease, and then you pick up stitches for the thing. So
she must have a really tiny head. It looks pretty small.
She does.
It stretches though, huh? A lot.
It does stretch a lot. And this time, unlike the one I made for Jill, this time before I grafted it together, I actually, what's that called? I'm losing my words. It's from my jaw. I'm sure it is. Block. You know that thing when you block?
Yeah. Yes.
You put that and you just pin it out? Yeah. I blocked that.
Oh, good idea.
Before it's in the round and Mom says, stuff something up there and try to just block it.
Good idea.
Okay. So I got those Christmas things finished. Debbie, did you get your package that I told you to wait to open?
I did. I have it right here, but I have another finished object to show.
Yes.
I finished my beekeeper socks.
Oh, nice.
Now, if you remember, I knit these as a
inside out
6x1 rib that looked like that. And I'm sorry, my light is not good today because I don't have my aught light, because my aught light middle, the little light bulb in it got broken. So I knit these like that with the 6x1 rib. It was 56 stitches. And then I decided I liked the inside better, so I just turned them inside out.
I love those.
And so they have a reverse garter heel and toe and everything, and they turned out beautifully. I love them.
You knit the whole sock the other side out, and when you wove in your ends, you turned it inside out and wove your ends in actually on what you thought was going to be the original right side, but now is the inside.
Correct.
Got it.
So I am really dark, aren't I? Oh, well. Sorry, people. Make
That
do.
reminds me of Hohi's new pattern, and it doesn't have a name. I don't know if it has a name, or she hasn't released it yet. That has, it's a fade, and it looks almost like the Tegna top with the sort of lace, and then it goes down to that. You knit it inside out,
Right.
and does it have a name yet?
I don't think it's released yet.
I'm definitely going to knit that.
Are you?
I'm definitely going to do that. I've loved it from the very beginning.
You did talk about it right when she started it and mentioned that you really liked it. That'd be cool. Okay, do you have another finished object?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show the rest of mine.
Okay.
So,
you are knitting socks a lot.
When I went to Stitches SoCal, I decided that I was going to buy yarn that I knew I didn't have. I'm going to try and crank socks for my book club girlfriends.
Your sock knitting machine since it broke when you were cranking me Levi's tubes?
I got the part back. I hooked it up. Yes. I switched it back to the 64 needle cylinder.
Yes.
And I got it all working, and I cranked a pair. Excuse me. These are knit picks, actually. I'm not sure the name of the color, but I bought one skein. This is an 80-20 base, and there was enough to make one pair of socks. So three of the ladies in my book club said they wanted crimson colored socks.
Oh, your book club. I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah.
How many people are there in your book club?
I think there's 8 of us, 8 or 9 of us. So I have to try and get like 6 or 7 pairs of socks cranked by the time Christmas comes around. I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to tell the others that they'll come in the next couple months. Yeah. So I knew I didn't have any red sock yarn in my stash. So while I was there, I picked up this single skein, and then I picked up another single skein, and look at the length of this sock blank.
Wow. Blank?
I mean, skein. This is a 460 yard skein of 75-25. Another really beautiful.
Oh my gosh, it's almost the exact color, Debbie.
Yeah. Cranberry red. And I just cranked this last night.
Very nice.
So hopefully this will make 2 pairs. Good. And the one pair has to be like a size 9.5, and the other pair has to be like a size 7. So I should be able to get that out of this.
Okay, good.
Cranked. And this I got from, remember the booth that I took the pictures of all the rainbow, like every color of the rainbow?
Yes.
Let me grab the tag real fast. It's right here.
It's like when you go to a paint store and you have all those little swatches of all the different colors.
Yes. So
must have fun.
This is the name of that. It's called Stunning String Studio.
Ooh.
And it's called their Smashing Sock Base. And this is the Broken Heart colorway. And they have about 8 remember how there were skeins lined up vertically? Every single skein that was lined up vertically was the same colorway in each of their bases.
What?
Yes. So you could see the way the yarn, the different base picked up, and if you wanted,
put the picture you showed on the podcast.
I will. I'll put it at the end of the podcast. You guys can see. I took a little video around their booth too. Okay. But I bought more yarn from them. But you could, if you wanted to do like a lace weight with a fingering weight of the same color, you could match them together, and they would be. Yeah, it was really neat. So that's what I bought there. And that's a partway finished object. And then my other pair of socks is a finished object. I have more finished objects. You want me to keep going?
Keep on going.
Just a couple.
I'm resting my mandibular muscle.
Okay, you rest that. So I have a friend at work whose wife, I think I told you about her, right? I knit her a pair of fingerless mitts, and she wore through them, and she's super knit worthy. So I decided I would knit her another pair. And I started out.
You need to knit some massive, that will never fail mitts.
So I knit this pair, and then I realized they were probably a little bit too big, and I used Dag's new pattern.
Yes.
for this. And so I decided these would go to Keith because that's her husband, and he said his hands get cold too. So I'm going to give these to Keith.
Does she have little tiny hands? Bless you.
Yes, she has little tiny hands.
Those look like your Kobu hat.
I know. So I added mohair to Lolo's colorway 16 candles.
Nice.
And made those.
Oh, those are so pretty. She will love those.
Yes, I really like them. And then I'm trying to make sure you could see the color with the light. It's just so dark in here today. So it's light pink with like specks of purple, teal, dark teal, and hot pink. Love that colorway. And then I decided, well, maybe the kids need something too. So I made a tiny little hat for their little boy. And this is a tin can knits pattern. I'm trying to remember the name of it. The one with the garter.
Oh, cute.
Section. So it's mostly stockinette all the way around. And then it has this little panel of garter.
Just one panel of garter?
Yeah, just one little panel of garter that goes down the front. Yeah. I'm hoping this is deep enough. He's like 2.5. So, I mean, it fits on my head. It's just not like a beanie.
I'm sure it'll fit. You look like a gangsta.
And then I remember, I say, I got something for the baby. And this is the baby that you dyed that yarn for me to make that sweater.
Yeah. Yes.
And I have something for, Keith and his wife. And then I thought, oh my gosh, they have a teenage daughter too.
Debbie, you must knit her a sweater. A long cabled coat.
I knit her a sweater.
Oh, Debbie, so cute. You did. You did knit her a sweater.
And what do most teenagers want? Amazon card. So I bought her an Amazon card to stick inside the sweater.
Oh, that's a cute idea to put an Amazon card in there, or any card.
Her name's Anna, so I put a little A on there.
Oh.
A little flower.
Oh, that's cute, Debbie.
So that'll be a little ornament she can put on her door, her tree, or her car eventually.
Where'd you get the pattern?
I got it from Ravelry, of course. It's a free pattern, and I don't remember the name of it, but I'll try and take pictures and post on Instagram with everything.
Okay.
So, I have one
whip. Do you have any whips? Or you have another finished object?
I have one more. Well, this is a whip. It's a bunch of little finished objects where I'm going to add more finished objects before I finish it. Okay. So, do you remember me posting this on Instagram?
Yes.
So I made a few more. Made another one.
Oh.
And I made red one with the red left over.
And I made a free pattern on Ravelry called what?
Called Knitted Hearts. This is the pink from my beekeeper socks.
You write that down because you can add a little string and make them for your coworkers to hang on a tree, right?
Yes. So,
gosh, how many do you have, Debbie?
And then I made one of Lolo did its little blue. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 of them right now.
Yes.
And these are going to be for Luke's girlfriend's mom.
Oh,
I'm going to make like a little, she's on Instagram, and I noticed on her Instagram, she finds hearts all over. When she walks, she sees them in the sand. She finds a heart that's like a little stone. She just notices them, and she takes pictures of them, kind of like the gal from Rhinebeck that we met in the knitting garage. Do you remember her?
Yes.
She finds hearts in nature as well. And so I thought, well, maybe she would like some little hearts in a garland. So I'm making those.
You're just going to make a little string?
I'm going to make a string. I might buy some twine, kind of like some real natural looking twine, and then use that to make. But it's really interesting, Amy. This pattern, it's free. I'll tell you about it. You increase, then you do a couple decreases, and then you Kitchener straight across, and you just pick up the center and pull it down, and that's what makes the heart shape.
What keeps it down?
You pull it down through the heart, through the stuffing, And then the tail that you started with, I just tie those in a knot, and then you weave them kind of back in and trim them off. It holds it. I don't know how, but it does.
So you stuff it before you Kitchener it closed, obviously.
Yes. The pattern tells you to stuff it from the bottom, but that hole is so small.
Oh.
I decided not to. So this was holding, these small ones are holding fingering weight held double using a US size 3.
Yeah.
And then these littler ones, these littler ones are one strand of mohair and one strand of fingering using a US 3. They're tiny.
They are tiny. They're cute.
Look how cute they are.
Yes. Okay, so I just did a garland for a gift recently, and I tried to use the little clips, little miniature clips.
Yes.
And they flop down and flop back. And
oh.
So I ended up just using literally a 1/4-inch mesh ribbon and tied it on the string, and it laid perfectly. Wasn't too heavy.
So my only work in progress right now is this. Well, and my sweater that I'm not working on.
Which, can you count that? I know, my sweater that I'm not working on as well, but I have sleeves, and the only reason I have sleeves is because they're short sleeves. I showed that last time, and I haven't touched it since, because I'm going to wait till spring to pick it back up, because I've started a couple other things. Well, I am in the middle of...
Oh!
Before Debbie so quickly broke her machine on these. These are Levi's socks for the cruise.
Do you think he'll like that color? I know it probably wasn't his.
Jared is my fashion king persnickety. Needs to be neutral, blue, tan, black, or gray. If I put a bright pink heel in this for Levi, he'd say, I'm so wearing these with my slides when it gets weird and I can wear my shorts. I'm going to wear this to school, because he would. So he will absolutely love it.
Good.
So I'm working on the toe, and that's the last of the...
But she knows about that.
Oh, she does not.
She doesn't know about the socks, or she doesn't know about the whole thing?
Oh, everybody knows about the cruise.
Okay. Well, that's what I was wondering.
Okay. So I decided to start. Oh, so you've already showed some things that you bought from we both went on little fiber festivals without each other. That was very strange. I had my husband in tow, and he was a really good sport, a good yarn widow. And I got to meet Danielle. DM Brown. We've been friends for 3 years about. Met her on Periscope initially.
Yes.
Have never met her face to face. And she brought a whole bag of your designs, mostly socks, because I think she's on pair like 7,800 for the year.
I know. She knits socks like she's a machine.
She knits socks just by thinking about them. So she wanted to bring on all the socks of Debbie's patterns and I thought, oh my gosh. And then we were sitting, it was Angie, Camel City Dye Works, and Danielle and me and Danielle's husband, Bill. Hey, Bill. And we're sitting at the table, and of course Ronnie was sitting there too. And all of a sudden, Danielle, out of mid-sentence, she said, oh, you were talking about knitting. And then she always says, I can't believe, Amy, I'm finally you. It was just like out of the blue. I almost cried when we had to leave.
I know. It's hard. It's hard to say goodbye to people that you finally, after a long time, you connect with, and then you don't know the next time you're going to see them. I went up to my fiber festival with my girlfriend, who's in my knit group here in San Diego, and it wasn't hard to say goodbye to her because I see her whenever I want on a Saturday. I go down there, but
bye. Have a weekend. Okay, so the Fiber Festival I went to was SAF, South Eastern Animal Fiber Festival,
maybe, yeah.
And will correct me on that. So guess who was there? Miss Babs. I stood and talked to Miss Babs, and I told her the story about me and you meeting her for the first time when she was so sweet. And I said, Miss Babs, when we met you for the first time at Rhinebeck a few years ago, I said, you came up to us, we were standing in line, you were just so kind, and you're having a good weekend, yes. And then eventually you said, Well, girls, the end of the line is out around the building that way. We have this spot open because we're at the end. She started laughing. She said, but I said, you were very kind about it. She said, well, I hope so. I didn't want to come off as saying, hey, back to the line, But I went to her booth first on purpose because I was looking for some yarn to do the Girl and the Sea cardigan. And of course, it's not a very great picture because my copier. Hold on, let me show you a better picture.
You ready to take on all those cables?
Not even a better picture.
It's so pretty.
Okay, so it's knit top down, raglan, and then you get to where the button band is, and then the bottom part is knit. What is that called? Applied, like a applied border, knit up and down, and that's the cables that go all the way around. Is that Lukey?
He's got his headphones in. He's not listening.
Oh, never mind, Lukey. So, okay, so I've already ripped some things out because I was going to. Okay, so the color that I wanted for this sweater, Melody said plum, that would be beautiful, and I don't have anything that's plum, so I found this gorgeous, it's called Dusk.
And Melody is Melody's Designs on Ravelry on Instagram. She's one of the gals that stayed with us in our Airbnb for the knitting retreat in New Mexico. In case you were wondering who Melody is, because
everybody knows who Melody is because she makes those awesome pattern keepers and notions bags. Anyway, right. If you don't get
Hi, Melody.
Hi, Melody. Okay, so look at this gorgeous.
Oh, that's beautiful, Aim.
This is one of her Yowzes.
Mm-hmm.
So she had 3 of these.
And you needed 4.
4. So what I did was buy another in a different color.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. This is called Toronto. And you can't really, here, let me pull out what I have. So I'm doing the top of the sweater in Toronto and the bottom cabled goodness in the dusk.
So are you going to have way more dusk than you need then?
I probably will have at least half a ball, and I can always make hat or whatever. But look at this.
Ooh,
okay,
pretty.
So I separated for sleeves, and I thought I was going to stripe in the purple. I ripped it out because with all the beautiful honeycomb cable at the bottom.
Too busy.
Too busy. So here is Toronto. And can you see these? It's sort of, it has specks of blue, like a chestnut, a pink, and where the pink, and then gray. And where the pink and gray sort of intermingle.
It looks purpley.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm hoping, I've already made a decision. That's what's going to be. But remember when I was doing my swatch and I needed 4 stitches to the inch and I had 5. And so then we decided, well, don't knit this size, knit that size. Mm-hmm. So what I did not realize was that the bigger size would fit me. However, the bigger size also, I didn't want.
When you do raglan, the relationship between the row gauge and the stitch gauge is different for bigger sizes.
So when I was knitting, getting ready to separate for the sleeves, and this is not a raglan, I would have had to knit in order to get the amount of stitches on the needle needed to cover the girls. I would have had to knit 3.5 more inches before separating for the sleeves to get enough stitches. I thought, well, no. So I separated, so I talked to Mom, and what I'm doing now is I'm increasing every right side row on the front. So it's going to kind of come down here, and then it's going to go quickly almost to the V because it also has a button. Oh, I forgot to show the button. It has one button.
You're such a busybody.
I am. I'm a busybody. Hold on a second.
Moving all around the screen.
Sorry.
No, that's good. Keep people awake.
Check out my button. Okay, so here's my yarn. Here's my other yarn. And the button is going to go on this.
It goes on the creamy color?
Yes. It's from, I got this at SAF too. CF Tomczyk Designs. It's Courtney Tomczyk. Look at that
Oh,
coolest button.
does that not match the colors perfectly? The
And
blue
this
with the pinky
blue,
purple.
yeah, this blue, you can see these little spots of blue.
Yes.
And look at that.
That's beautiful.
Cool. So, and it'll have a button band. I may have to make it a little wider, and I may end up, I mean, it's not a button I'm going to opening and closing. It's always going to be worn with that button closed. So I may just sew it on there and just put it over the head.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So that's one of the projects that I'm working on.
That's fun.
That is fun. So now it's a nice, what do you call that? Warm project for cool weather.
Yes. I'm just going to show my sweater with my sleeve that I
do that.
So you guys remember. So here's my sleeve. I decided to make it a 3/4 length sleeve.
Oh, good. So you've already finished that one, you said.
Yeah.
Really nice, Debbie.
I love this color.
It's really going to open up pretty, isn't it?
Yeah. I just got to pick up on the other side now.
And
this yarn, you guys, if you have not...
I'm going to have Dag get me... She's going to dye me some sugar loaf. That's also over 500 yards in one skein.
Yes. It's like 560. Yeah. And it's a plied 100% merino. But something about the way the yarn base is, it's light as air. It's so light. But when you knit with it, it kind of, I can't wait till I block this. It's probably going to fluff up even more. Poof out. Oh, it's so soft. So soft. And the color is just, I know you can't see it because my lighting is so terrible, but.
It's pretty. And she had two choices because she had dyed another pink. That was, remind me of that. That's not the one you went with. That was more light.
It was, yeah. So she dyed two sets with one pink, and then I think she tied the one in a knot and dyed it again with a little more purple in the water. So it was a little bit more variegated, dark and light with more purpley. That's the one I picked. And then the other one was more just straight hot pink. So if she had shown me that one, I would have adored it. But between the two, and I struggled.
Oh, she had to give you a choice.
I know. And I struggled. It took me a while to pick, but
the majority of us, well, I said to go with the other.
Yes.
Everybody else said for you to go with the one that you chose.
And I was leaning towards that one. I was a little worried it was going to be too variegated, but it didn't turn out variegated. It knit up. It looks beautiful.
Are we at the point of showing things that we have acquired, skeins in the closet between sap and other things?
Yes. I bet you have a lot.
I do have a lot. And then we're going to have present opening because I've bought some things for Debbie. And I told her not to open them until...
And why did you do that?
Because some of the things that I bought in sap are the same as the things in the bag. And I didn't want to show without showing yours first.
Okay.
So before we talk about that, look, I had been stalking ever since we went to Knitting New Mexico and learned about Holst yarn and Holst Coast, which is a blend of, I don't even want to say it. I don't even know that I can say it.
Cotton.
Wool. It's a blend of wool and
cotton.
Thank you for saying that for me. I love the feel of this. So what do? You go over to their website and for only like $11, you can get 4 of their colorways all in the base.
Wow.
That you like. See, I just think I think I should hang this on the wall. Remember I told you about paint switches and all the colors? I have been seriously thinking about making an Hohe's Elton cardigan out of Holst. and getting like, okay, picture this. Oh, remind me to say something about knitting vicariously.
Okay. And just so you know, when I went to Stitches Southwest, I bought yarn to make Hohi's Elton cardigan.
Are we not on the same brainwave? So if you take, say, a cream or maybe a neutral, and that be every other stripe, then instead of mohair, you fade stripe all the way down through. How fun would that be?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's my knitting vicariously. Have you started watching? Is it Caroline? Knitting Vicariously podcast?
No.
You guys. Melody is the one that said something about it. She's got 6 or 7 maybe podcasts out there. She's Scottish. She is hilarious. She is hilarious. I'm still working my way through.
Knitting Vicarious.
Not Knitting Vicariously.
Okay.
Knitting Vicariously podcast. And she does put a disclaimer at the beginning that she has some bad words. So if you're deciding to bake cookies with your mother who is highly religious, or with your children, please don't watch Knitting Vicariously, because you never know when something's going to come out of her mouth by accident. No, not by accident. That's the way she speaks. So, but I am telling you what, you must go and watch and even the first one looks like she's been doing it forever and ever. But she is so much fun to watch. Anyway, where was I? So you did buy. So show me the yarn you bought for the cardigan. How funny! I mean, it's not funny. Debbie and I are always on the brain, and we never spoke about the Elton cardigan together. Not yet.
We haven't. No. I think when it first came out, we said, "Oh, that's pretty," but excuse me. So I'm not going to be using mohair because I live in a place that's relatively warm. So I decided I was going to use a fingering weight single and a lace weight.
Oh, nice.
Wool. I think it's 100% wool as the stripe.
Yeah.
So I found these 2 skeins of the fingering weight single at Seven Sisters Arts. And my lighting is so bad, you guys, but I'm hoping you can see that.
Oh, it's like a denim.
No, it's actually, well,
like a gray.
It's gray and purple, and a denim-y gray and purple.
Okay.
And almost like a light silvery gray in there too.
You could wear that with anything. Jeans.
And so, remember this place with all the millions of different colors?
Yes.
So I went back there and I looked and looked and looked, and I found the exact color that's like a really same kind of purpley, bluey periwinkle purple that matches this exactly, but they didn't have it in the lace weight, the correct base.
How many you need? 2 skeins of each?
2 skeins of this and 1 skein of the other, I think.
Okay.
Because I think for my size, I needed 800 yards of this and 400 yards of that. So he said, let me write this down for you. You can pay for it today, and I will dye it when I get back to the office, and I will ship it to you for free.
Wow.
So I thought that was wonderful customer service.
Huh? Did he take a picture of that?
No, he wrote down the colorway and the base that I wanted. His colors are so exact every single time. You saw that rainbow.
So you found the color you wanted, but you wanted in lace weight, which he did not have.
Right.
And it is what color is it?
It's a pale lavender.
Okay.
Pale grayish lavender, and it will match this perfectly.
Oh, that's going to be pretty.
I can't wait. So that's one of the things that I bought when I was at Stitches, and you're going to laugh at me one of the next things I show you because it's almost the same exact colors. I must have been in a purple mood.
You were wishing I was there.
I know. I was missing you, my purple sister.
No. I called Ronnie Debbie a couple times at SAF. I'm only kidding. Oh my gosh, you did not. Hey, Andy.
Steven and Andy.
Oh.
I got a 50-gram skein for socks.
Yippee.
And then I was going to buy two 20-gram skeins for the heels and toes. And he said, well, it's the same price to buy another 50-gram skein. So why don't you just buy a 50-gram skein for the same price? You'll have a little extra. So this is going to be the heels, cuffs, and toes for this pair of socks.
So you're going to make shorties?
No, I can get almost a whole pair of socks out of a 50-gram skein.
Because if you use an alternate for the cuff, heels, and toes.
These will be hand knit, not on the machine, and they will be...
Have extra to make me a pair. Baby.
No, there won't be any extra. This is one pair of socks.
Oh, well, I was...
If you really want these, I can...
You keep one sock and I'll keep another.
All right, maybe I'll make them for you for Christmas.
No, you don't have to do that. Don't do that, because you know me. I just whine and cry, but you really want them. That's fine.
These would match that sweater you're wearing perfectly.
Oh, yeah, so let's do that. Not do that. Let's do that. Just knit that for me, now we've decided. Perfect. No, that's not what I meant. When I said let's do that, people, and I forget to say, things that are on my Myrtle form back there and the things that I'm wearing, and people ask in the replies. So I'm wearing my Arrow sweater, and I think, who's the Arrow sweater by? You know?
I don't remember.
Just look up Arrow. And that is our last mystery knit along. That's a mother's gift on Myrtle. Okay, moving on. Okay, so you want to see what else I bought at SAF?
Yes.
Well, before I went in there, Mom had said something about wanting to make another lace weight cardigan for the summertime, maybe yellow. I tell you what, this is the only woman I know in the entire world that can wear yellow. She can pull off yellow because she's got this beautiful dark skin tone, and now she's got this silver hair. She could wear any color. So Ronnie's actually the one that spotted two different kinds, because she says maybe with some speckles and things like that. So I took a couple pictures, and Mom decided on this one. It's called Marigold by the Fiber Seed.
And let me just cut in here and say that this will be Mom's first garment using speckled yarn, I believe.
Oh, what? No, wait a minute. She did the Artistic Lily.
I don't think that was speckled, was it? Oh.
It was variegated.
That was variegated blue and green.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so here's Marigold.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And then, because these are pretty chunky, there's like 500 yards in these as well. And then she said, well, do you think we could, was thinking about fading. Like, what? Mother fading? Maybe you can get like yellow or something, maybe doesn't have as many So I just message up Fiber Seed, like, hey, Lindsay, I bought some yarn this weekend for my mom, and she wasn't home. She is the sweetest.
Oh.
The sweetest. She says, I'm not at home right now. Let me send you a picture of what we have that's called Sunshine. Maybe that'll work. We went back and forth a little bit, and I bought Sunshine.
Oh, it's perfect.
Go with.
And I think even the skeins in that set of 3 get a little bit progressively darker.
That.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're from the same lot, but when you're speckling people, you can dye up the same color, a teaspoon of this and water, but when you're speckling and shake, and dribble, that's going to be a variegated type thing. So I'm really excited. So what does Mom say? Don't send it to me. Do not send it to me. She knows her limits with her willpower. If you send it to me, then I'm going to have to cake it up. And then if I cake it up, then I'm going to have to swatch. And then if I swatch, I'm going to have to start. And I already have 2 things on the needles. That cannot happen. Do not send it to me yet. So I'm holding on to it for her. So she gives me the go ahead and send it to me now. So it's okay. I love looking at it, so I'll keep it until she's ready. So, Mom, when you're ready, look what's waiting.
And she sent me a message on Instagram saying that she is doing the button band on her Morning Mist, that all over colorwork sweater. She's almost finished with that
Thank
monster.
God, because if she croaks before she gets done that, I will croak. It'll never ever get finished. Wow. Okay, so what else did you buy?
I discovered a new dyer from Montana.
Oh.
No, not Montana. What's the state with the letters M-O? Is that Missouri?
Yes.
Missouri. She's
Yes.
from Gerald, Missouri, and her yarn line is called Honey Girl Farms.
Honey Girl Farms. Okay.
And this is an 85-15 from her 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon, 437 yards, and it feels really plump and soft. It's from her Outlander from her Outlander series, and it's called Young Fergus, and it's gray with speckles of dark chocolate brown, teal.
I see the blue. I would have never chose that skein for you. What are you doing with it?
I think it may be a pair of socks for one of the boys.
Nice.
But
bless you.
She has a website.
One more.
No.
Please, pretty please, one more.
She has a website, you guys. It's called sheepandhoney.com. She has so many colorways, you guys. Sheepandhoney.com. You need to go and check her out. She was the sweetest girl. And she has a friend that's an artist who does these I wish, now I'm looking back, I'm kicking myself. I should have bought one of those little bags. She has a friend that's an artist that draws these whimsical, cute little artsy pictures, and she has them printed on this fabric that's, you headed out? Okay, honey, I'll see you in a bit.
Bye, Loki.
He's headed to one of his games. He's got a doubleheader today. And she makes these little project bags out of them, and they're so cute. You need to go on her website, sheepandhoney.com.
A-N-D?
Yes. A-N-D.
Sheepandhoney.com. Got it.
Loved her yarn. I went there saying I didn't need to buy any yarn, and here I come back with 3 skeins of sock yarn and sweater quantity, and I had to limit myself to one colorway. There was another colorway. It was beautiful. It was a cream base, and it had gold and pink and brown speckles in it. It was gorgeous. I said, I need to wait. So.
Wait for what? The end of the world? So let me show you what else I got at SAF.
Boy, this is a yarn.
Okay, enabling podcast. Okay,
yes.
So Whimsy Stitches, Rick. So, Angie, Camel City Network says, I need you to come and visit and visit one of my friend's booths. It's Whimsy Stitches Rick. We walk up. He said, oh my gosh, I know you, Amy. And how sweet is he? And it's so funny. I don't know if he's watching. Rick, I hope you mend well. He had, what did he call it? Minor surgery, but
he said he needed to fix some things.
There's something needed to be fixing. And I said, well, don't you wish you could just drop it off at the mechanic's shop and then go back the next day and pick it up? That would be a lot easier than getting things fixed, fixing some things. Well, look what I got. I got this gorgeous, look at his bags that he makes.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I love it too. And look at those sheets.
They're so cute.
And this awesome, I'm telling you what, you guys.
And that's a drawstring bag too, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'll show it this side because it's easier to read. Whimsy Stitches
And
So cute, Rick.
What did he do? He said, pick something out for the podcast. I want to give you something for the podcast.
Thank you, Rick. That's so cool. Oh.
Of course, that.
Yeah. Oh, a rainbow bag.
Yes. So this is going to go in our bucket for giveaways.
Yay.
Maybe this can be part of our behind you.
Oh, the sock?
I'm not a snowflake.
Yes.
Thing. So thank you, Rick, so much. And I've got one other thing, but I also got you one, so I'm not going to show it just yet.
Oh, well, don't show me. Send it. That can be my Christmas present.
No, it's in the bag waiting to be opened. Ding, ding.
Oh, okay. Ding, ding.
Buy anything else?
I bought a bunch of other little things for somebody who's turning 50 on December 12th, so I can't show them.
Not to say that we're calling it our 49 plus 1 birthday.
Okay, she's turning 49 plus 1.
On 12/12.
12/12.
So it's not yet. We have miles and miles and a month and 1 day left. What?
I know.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Shall I show you some more things that I bought?
You shall. I have a lot of things here yet that I need to show too. Not a lot. I bought a couple things before I went, and they came in the mail. So
yes, I had a really hell week, so I bought myself a present a day.
And you enabled me to buy 2 or 3 things.
I know, and I have 2 things waiting from Nomadic. I'm waiting for their Wonderland colorway, which is a pre-order. It should be coming soon. And Freckled Whimsy, I got her.
I got one too.
What was it called?
Sweet Treats and
yes, it has the pink and the browns and the cream for our socks.
Yeah.
So of course, when you see Angie from Camel City Dye Works, she gifts you something, which a little mini. Look at if I had to choose, if somebody said one color, and you can't knit with any other color the rest of your life, it would be this color.
It's beautiful.
So we were sitting talking when Danielle was like, oh my gosh, Amy, I still can't believe I'm actually meeting you. What does Angie do then? Reaches down into her bag and whips out a whole skein for me of the same colorway. This is her Purple People Eater.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't
that's beautiful.
Incredible.
Angie, that's so pretty. So
I might knit socks and do heels, cuffs, and toes with that. You think
sparkle?
That
yes. You have sparkle toes.
Well, this is sparkle, and this is not sparkle. I'm only kidding. Yes, this is going to be special. I'm not sure what I'm going to knit with that yet. Shall I continue?
Yes. Let me interrupt you and show one of the things that I bought that came in the mail while I was.
Okay.
Okay. So it was fall time. And
fall time.
I saw all these beautiful fall colorways that Tristan was dyeing up, and I couldn't resist her vintage fall colorway.
That's pretty.
It's got all the colors. Blue, purple, teal. Look at this orange and yellow spot right there.
Pretty.
Really dark, like rusty rose. Buttery yellow. Speckles. Colors? It's called Vintage Fall. By Tristan Molina, Dragon Horde Yarn. She may not do it anymore because it's almost past fall, but look at that.
I love her doe colorway that's out now. And she made a doe sweater. She's on her second sweater pattern. You see the first one, the cabled one?
Mm-hmm. She's doing fabulous. She's doing great.
I would have to knit a bunch of short rows right by the bust because I think sort of like the featherweight, how it is doesn't give a lot of coverage. When you have nothing, that's fine. But when you have something, you don't want a sweater with your big melon sticking straight out from the edge, right?
Yeah. You need to make the shoulder a little wider to start.
Yeah. So, I don't know where Ronnie was poking around and he said, come here, come here. He said, smell this. I said, oh my gosh, he started, because my handmade soap is in the shower. Now we have a pump, but that's what the handmade soaps is what I wash my face with. He said, look at this, smell this. Okay, smell it, Debbie, smell. What is it?
Lavender.
Apple. Doesn't it smell like apple?
Oh, apple, of course.
This is from Poplar Hill Alpacas. Poplar. Poplar Hill Alpacas.
And it's wrapped in alpaca.
It's wrapped in a, yes.
Like a washcloth.
It has its own little, how about that?
That's cool.
Then we picked up this one. Okay, smell this one.
Amy.
Smell it. Try to guess. What is it? Lemon.
Ooh.
Lemon verbena. Oh my gosh. Apple, lemon. Apple, lemon. I cannot wait to put them in there. I don't know what you do with this thing once the soap gets done.
Use it as a washcloth. It's good scrubby.
It's a good scrubby. And it's a pretty big soap.
It is a big soap. That's a very generous amount.
Ronnie's fine. Shall I continue?
Yes, you may continue.
I have one more thing to show.
I have 3.
Okay, well, show.
Well, 2, really, 2, because 2 are from the same dyer. So I saw that Mustache Yarn had an update. So I went over there and I was looking at her shop, and I think you have a pair of these already. You made her Kama Sutra, right?
Yes, I did.
I broke down and bought.
I cannot help every time I hear about Mustache Yarn or see a post, I must tag Barb. Life and Knits, I think is her Instagram name. She is my friend, and I saw her at SAF. I saw 2 local people to me in a different state at SAF. She's the one that has, I think she has every single colorway of Mustache Yarn that they've ever.
Really?
And she just recently, in the last year, started knitting socks. Why the girl has 50 plus skeins of Mustache Yarn and never knits socks is beyond me. But now she's knitting socks. Yay, Barb!
Yay, Barb. So
she gifted me that colorway. We did a swap.
This is 460 yards.
Are you sure that's Kama Sutra? It looks a little pale, almost like it's a paler skein of it.
I don't know. It may just be my lighting.
Okay, maybe it is. That's better.
It looks really bright.
What did you say? 400 yards?
460.
Yeah. That makes lots of long socks. That makes at least a pair and at least
shorty.
A pair. Yes.
Especially if you use a contrast heel toe and cuff on both, you could probably get it.
What are you knitting for Molly for Christmas?
I don't know if Molly really wants anything knitted.
Did you ask her boyfriend who happens to live in your household? He's the kid with the ear things in his ears.
I know. I don't know. I got to think about it. She really loves the idea of the hearts for her mother. So, and then the other skein I bought from Mustache Yarn.
You might like some little shorty socks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. This is her licky colorway. Leica, however you say that.
Say again.
Likey.
Oh. How many stripes is that?
I do not know. It looks like it's a gold, and a brownish, a tan, a gray, and a blue, and a pink.
Wow. Ooh.
Maybe 5 or 6. And remember the Cozy Knitter Licka socks that I knit? I gave those as a gift to Melissa for Christmas last year.
Oh, yes.
So I don't have this kind of colorway of these very similar colors. Yeah, so it's teal, blue, gray, orangey brown, yellow, a tan, cream color, and a pink. So it looks like about 6 colors.
Very pretty. Like it.
So those 2 will add to my self-striping. And then I have one more. But this one was a pre-order, and this is a Christmas colorway. And if you were doing the 24 stripes of Christmas with the Cozy Knitter, this is that colorway. So if you didn't get yours yet, which you should have yours,
Don't look. Don't look.
Don't look. If you don't, it's
Or
the
away.
2018 24 stripe skein for the Advent. And I'm not quite sure how this, if there's 24 stripes,
Your jaw bothering you? Or like
no.
times?
How many stripes do you think are on one sock?
It
Depends how
depends
wide they are.
on the
Do you think this, you get 2 matching stripes with 24 stripes on each sock?
I don't know. Call Christina. Let me see the colors. Put them up. Hold them up. Oh, I should have bought that.
Well, I was thinking about splitting this in half, but I'm not sure we'd have enough for 2 pairs. It's her 80/20 and there's 481 yards. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
But I'm not sure. Is it 3 repeats of 24 stripes? Is it?
Okay, so these are the questions that an engineer asks. Like anyone's going to be able to see and count all the stripes and say, Debbie, you don't have a yellow and gold stripe on the end of this by the toe. What happened? Who cares?
Okay, so I'm going to split this and give you half then.
Even after I just criticized you, you're going to?
Would you like half?
Yes, I would like. I would love that. Oh my gosh, yes. And then you have to choose like what's going to be the heel and the toe and the cuff.
Dark gray or cream. Probably cream for me.
Okay.
Because I think there is a cream
Yes, I would
stripe
love
in
that.
here. Okay.
Put that in my 49+1 bag.
Okay, I will. I'll cake it up for you.
Okay. Oh, good. Thank you. So did everybody see Hugh Loco's? You may not have, because I don't think there was many, where you get 300-gram grab bag.
I did come
like
across that.
$36. Like what? Hugh Loco? I bought it and it came in 2 days. Do you want to see the colors that she chose for my grab bag?
Yes. I'm sure she handpicked them directly for you.
She did, and do not say otherwise that she picked them exactly for me. This one is called Toadstool in her Phyllis sock.
Oh.
The slightest speckled with browns, a little gold pop, some gray.
That would be a beautiful contrast skein for another one to do something striped.
And or have you seen Tracy's new sock pattern that's not out yet?
With all the texture?
Yes, because this is so lightly speckled. Wouldn't that be pretty?
That
then
would be.
the skein sitting next to it, I'm sure was the best friend to Toadstool. Another Phyllis sock called Confetti Cake.
Ooh.
This has pops of all the colors of the rainbow, just about gold, blue, purple, pink. Look at that one.
That's pretty.
On this luscious, like a chestnutty base. Okay, check out this third one. This is on her opal sock, which is 50/50 silk merino. What? It's called. Okay, it's called. I think pea lines. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up and let you see. First, I'm going to show you the colorway.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Oh, it's so slippery and beautiful. It's this beautiful, almost like a light melon with yellow and pink little spots. Okay, so what is the name of this?
Peaches. It's a peach color. The first thing I thought of was peaches.
But it looks like 2 words, PEA, and then it looks like LINES. Of course it's peaches. I think her and Dag went to the same school because they both have the similar
handwriting.
I could read Toadstool. Okay, Nicole, never mind. It's just me. Look how beautiful, though.
They are pretty.
Bag. And this could even be, well, certainly not just heels, cuffs, and toes, but pretty.
Leftover for sure.
Yeah. So that's my grab bag. Sorry, not everybody got a grab bag, but those that did, I'm sure you will be very, very impressed.
Any one of her colorways. I go on her website now and then, and I just like to look and see the colors because it's inspiring. And I don't know how you choose.
Well, I don't know how you go. I've gotten as far. Oh, Tracy, Nora George Yarns. She is an incredible dyer.
Color, yeah.
I hate to even say this, but I had like 3 or 4 skeins in my cart. And I thought to myself, I looked up and I saw all that. And I thought to myself, are you kidding me? I have stuff from her that I still haven't knit. I didn't abandon them. I removed them from my cart. I wasn't going to hold them hostage, but it's hard. And then
We need
over there. I can sit down and knit, and I can't diet like everybody else.
Yeah. We need to make sure we have just enough collected in our stash so when we retire early, we have enough and we don't have to buy any more once we retire. We have enough to just carry us through.
Well, it doesn't matter. I won't be able to retire at this rate, the rate I'm buying. But actually, I've really slowed down a lot since I've on my own.
We just have to stay away from the fiber festivals. That's what we have to do.
I think we really need to. Okay, let's open. Do you have anything else to show other than what's in your bag? I think we need to do some gift opening.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to get mine ready because I've got a couple things that are in your bag that were in my bag.
Oh, you're going to show what you bought me and you at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, the purple bag is being opened.
I don't know, did I cover them up? Did I wrap them up?
It looks like you did.
Okay. Oh.
Which one first? Pink or white?
The little white one first.
You and I are on the same wavelength. I can tell.
Why?
I'm guessing what this is.
What are you guessing it is before you open it?
It feels like some kind of felted wool ornament or something. Was he the same guy was there?
Yes.
Oh,
He's
my word.
This was called the researcher. Just like Dad.
Oh, Amy.
And look what else he gifted me. I told him the story about the first time I met him. How he hugged me and he gave me a pen. And I said, the pen still works. 3 years later, he says, we'll have another one. He gave me a pen.
That man is so sweet, you guys.
Yes. It's lanart.net. LANART.
And for those of you who don't know the significance of this, our oldest sister, Wendy, who's in heaven, collected mice. And so I had to straighten out his toes. Because look, one of his toes.
Oh, put that middle toe down.
He was giving me the finger.
He was giving you the toe.
He's giving me the toe. Oh, Aim,
so the
I
first
love
one
him.
Was at the first Rhinebeck, and it was a little Pied Piper. Debbie and I bought the same Pied Piper mouse because Wendy was truly like a Pied Piper as a teacher. The second one we got at the next Rhinebeck was an Einstein mouse. He had the fuzzy hair just like Einstein. And when I saw this, and this one's called Researcher Mouse, I could not get it.
Yeah. This is for our dad, who was a pharmaceutical researcher his whole career.
Isn't that cute, Dad?
Oh, my gosh.
Did you look like this going to work with your little bag and your coat and your little scarf?
Oh, Aim, I love him. Thank you.
You're welcome. What else? There's another bag other than that pink. Is there something else in that bag?
No.
Okay.
Just the pink.
Okay, yes.
This is a skein of yarn, feels like.
Wow.
Oh, and something else. Oh, Whimsy Stitches pin. Ooh. Miss Babs Hot Shot. This was the SAF 2018 colorway.
I got us each a skein.
Oh, Amy.
Well,
Yours has mine looks like a Christmas colorway with red and green.
Too. Yep.
Oh, there's the little bit of gold.
And we were only allowed to get 2 skeins per, so good thing, or I would have made Ronnie stand behind me and get 2 more. But yes, the gold. So how beautiful a pair of Christmas socks are those? I'm actually thinking about making these my Christmas Eve cast on.
Yes, me too.
That'd be nice.
Yes. I don't have any red socks like this. Oh, thanks, Aim. Oh, I love it.
Welcome.
80/20. That's one of my favorites.
I know it. So,
yay.
What else did you get from Whimsy Stitches?
Little sheepy pin.
Yep. So I got one too. I didn't want to show it until you got yours, so we can stick them on our bag.
Thanks, Aim.
You're welcome.
He's got a little muzzle on and a little bell. He's so cute. So, I'm saving all the presents I bought for you for your 49+1 birthday.
Okay. Perfect. There was one post that I had put up. No, it was a reply from Dessou on the last podcast about the only criticism she has of the podcast or something like that would be it needs to be longer. And I thought, holy cow.
Well, this is a long one.
So, all right, Dessou, I don't want to hear any more about that. Zip it. I'm only kidding.
It's going to be over an hour and a half, this one will be.
That's a split in two for Mom and Dad.
I know.
So let's talk about, okay, so we are, happy Veterans Day for all of those in the force. May the force be with you, not that kind of force. But my oldest son is in the National Guard, and my younger son may be going into the military. And happy Veterans Day, 11/11/18. So yes. I don't know when we will podcast again. Maybe near my 49+1 birthday.
I hope before then.
Okay. We have Thanksgiving, you know.
We have Thanksgiving, and then we have the first weekend in December. I don't know. I mean, we shouldn't wait a whole month between, but we just play by ear based on what's going on with our crazy families and lives. We'll figure it out. But I do want to say, if we don't podcast again, we probably won't, obviously, before next weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to get this pattern out on Ravelry for our snowflake sock knit along. If you haven't purchased yarn and you are a small or a medium, you'll need 2 20-gram minis and a self-striping yarn. If you are a large sock knitter with a big foot, you probably need 2 30-gram minis and a self-striping yarn. Freckled Whimsy had a pre-order up that's been closed. I think you missed out on that, but there's lots of self-striping yarn dyers out there who have minis that will coordinate.
A self-striping sock, or you maybe want to just do a solid sock, either way.
Right, exactly. You don't have to do self-striping. You don't have to do the toes and heels in different colors. You can use one, 30-gram mini for just mix and match. And you can also, I was thinking about this, you can also take out this part of the pattern and just do the snowflakes. And then this part of the color work won't be as tall, and you'll have more room for stripes if you'd rather do more stripes.
Right.
So you can mix and match this up however you'd like. This will be called I'm Not a Snowflake. And the story behind that is actually pretty funny, because I was trying to find a unique name for frost or snowflake or crystal.
1,000 patterns with snowflake in the name.
So I decided to say, what if I just say I'm not a snowflake? Just to be different and say, I'm not a snowflake. Really, I'm not. And then I saw that there's snowflake is actually in the Urban Dictionary as someone that thinks they know what they thinks they know everything, or something about that. I don't know whether it's they're ditzy or I don't even remember. I should look it up. But anyway, I decided to call this pattern "I'm Not a Snowflake" just to be fun. So this will be up by next weekend. I'll post on Instagram. Go out there. Do we want to start on December 1st, or do we just want to start as soon as the pattern's up next weekend?
Do a Thanksgiving cast on.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be because certainly you can get at least one sock done before Danny's Christmas Eve cast on.
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving Day cast on. Thanksgiving in the U.S. is November 20. What is it?
Something. It's the Thursday, third Thursday of the month.
Fourth Thursday.
Fourth Thursday. Sorry.
Yes. I almost messed up. I thought it was the last until I'm 49 years old. I thought that Thanksgiving was the last Thursday in November. Not so much.
It's the fourth
Thursday.
Ah, yes, the 4th. It's the 22nd of November. So if I get this pattern out next weekend, which would be the 17th or 18th, then you have the first 3 days of the week to kind of figure out what you want to do for your colors, and then we can cast on the 22nd and knit all day on the 23rd instead of going out on Black Friday.
Yes, and let your husbands watch football, and you can just knit on your "I'm Not a Snowflake" sock.
Yes.
How about that?
Sounds like a plan.
Almost forgot which hand to do it. Okay, so please, Lisa Lawton, get in touch, because if you don't get in touch, then the scarf will not come to your house.
It will remain at Amy's house until we pick another winner.
That's right. It will remain at Amy's house. So I'm hoping my jaw gets to feeling better. My sleep number in bed is really great. I'm finding the number for me. However, my hips are wearing out at the same rate as finding the right number. So if it's not my back that bothers me, it's my hips that bother me.
Do you put a pillow between your legs when you sleep?
No. And Ron even said last night, let me get a pillow. No, it's okay. Did you take ibuprofen? No, I didn't take ibuprofen. He said stubborn. I think that was the last word he said to me before he fell asleep. But I'm certainly in denial. He's like, what's wrong with your hips? I said, age. I mean, I don't know. So hopefully my jaw is probably concerning me more than anything, because I feel like if it was an issue with hollering or using too many words, it would be sore on both sides, and this side never has been sore. It's only on this side. And I think we're going to the dentist, Sky and I, at the beginning of December, certainly before we go on our cruise, Christmas
Maybe
week.
You have an ingrown tooth.
An ingrown tooth. Okay, I've heard of ingrown nails. What does an ingrown tooth look like? I can't tell if it's on the top. I think it's on the top, in the back. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but you have a little disc where your mandible bone connects to your skull. There's a little disc, and it rolls forward and back. When you open your mouth and open your jaw, I wonder if I got a slip disc. Maybe.
Or maybe you have arthritis in there, and you're just going to have to reduce the number of words you use in a day.
No. That would be a horrible thing.
And on that note, if you can't be kind,
you must be quiet, which I may have to do more often.
Thanks for watching, you guys. Love you guys.
Okay. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye.